Welcome to Atlantic Tarot. This is the tarot forecast for Pisces for the month of May, including late April 2025. So welcome Pisces. We are currently in the zodiac sign of Taurus. So all things grounded and earthy this month. So hopefully we can sort of get some firm ground to sort of work out what's going on. You're in your third house of communication and neighbours and siblings, all those sorts of things, but basically it is communication with people that can either be positive or negative in this time. Okay, so energy around is the Tower. So something has passed its use-by date here with the Tower. So we have to let it go in order for new stuff to come in. Basically, that's what the Tower is. It's a structure that we've been hanging on to or using that is no longer, it's just no longer feasible anymore for us to live in. It's a major card, so it's a major happening for you guys. So let's see what the Tower's all about. In your case, Pisces. Where you are right now is the Chariot. So another major card, so moving forward, emotional discipline, a lot of travel. Obviously the Chariot is a vehicle, so there's a lot of travel suggested, or just moving on with this card. June, July is a very notable time when we talk about the Chariot, because it is indeed the zodiac card for Cancer. So let's see what's going to happen with this emotional discipline that you need to move on. So big projects coming up, you need to get all your ducks in a row, all that kind of thing. So it's just the discipline that we need to get things happening and moving forward. So let's have a look at the influencing card. And we have the King of Pentacles. So very strong earth sign card, male energy card. He is the mentor. So when he comes along in a reading, we can be absolutely sure that someone in our midst is there to sort of back us, give us great advice, tell us, you know, the best way to proceed with something. It could be, you know, a father, a brother, or somebody, or a boss, or somebody that you just trust and you know that you can trust them to give you the correct advice. So a really nice card to have there. Earth sign person, some of my Pisces people I know do have this kind of male character in their life. So he is going to sort of have a lot to do with this next 4 weeks. He may well be the focal point in the next 4 weeks, Pisces. Very interesting. Let's go and see what was going on in March, April in the background, which still holds weight today. And we have the Ace of Swords. So the clarity card, new beginnings, as always with aces, it always talks about new beginnings. And this is the Ace of Swords, so the mental clarity we're talking about. New beginnings with your mental clarity. So you've had some sort of a breakthrough there where you've just gone, oh, now I understand why it's all been like it has. So it's very important, this card, because we need to be able to have that clarity in order to move on. And what you've got here is quite interesting so far. So we'll see where we're going to go with this clarity and this breakthrough here, plus with these 2 strong cards as well. Let's have a look at recent influences. 7 of Swords. So the 7 of Swords is the card of deceit and jealousy. Now this is interesting because it either can be self-deceit, that we ourselves are deceiving ourselves about something, or jealousy coming from another sort of angle or another part of your life where you sort of feel this strange energy about, oh, I don't feel like that person's a tad jealous, or they're sort of saying things that make you feel like, oh, what are you on about? What's your angle in this whole thing? So it's up for you to decide whether it's your self-deceit that's creating this card to come through, just to keep an eye on things and to make sure, or whether if it is coming from another angle, from another person, obviously, that's going to make a lot of sense for you. And therein too, you've got clarity here, so you can see how it's panning out. And as we had the card of the Tower for your energy around, it's like something there needs to shift in a big way. The way you think, what you think was a good solid structure is no longer. So let's find out what the lesson is and where we're going with that. Five of Pentacles. So you may be feeling a tad left out of things, but this card, the Five of Pentacles, fives are all about change. And so this Five of Pentacles means that you may well feel left out in the cold about something, or you may well be in group situations where you feel like, oh, I just feel like I shouldn't be here. I just need to remove myself. It's because of great change, but it's also a transitory sort of state of being. It's not going to be there forever, but it's for you to just spend that time to sort of acknowledge that change is taking place, that you have clarity now, and so you just kind of want to stand apart from the usual run-of-the-mill sort of communication, because you're in the third house, all that kind of thing this month. So don't be alarmed if those feelings come through. That you just have to sort of embrace them, I guess, in order to move on. It's only transitory, like I said, so there you go. Let's see, near future. Three of Wands, brilliant card. So all about travel, all about good foundations here, expansion and growth. Can talk about overseas travel, that kind of things, or things overseas. You may be planning a trip soon, which is always a good antidote for, you know, when you're just feeling a bit sort of things are just in a suspension of whatever, and you've got a trip going somewhere, you can sort of really clear your mind and just be in that state in a different place, if you get my meaning. Okay, let's see what's happening that you're not realising. And you have good news on the horizon. So good news is coming to you, and also perhaps this trip or this new situation coming through is bringing good news for you. So it's all about, yeah, you've got the Tower, you've got a structure that's no longer applicable to your life, and now down here with that, and you don't realise that you've got the Page of Wands, and he is bringing you good news. So even more of a breakthrough happening here, Pisces. So it's looking very positive. Okay, let's see how others see you. That's always an interesting one. Two of Swords, so decisions to make. And you're sort of balking at these decisions at the moment. You're like, oh, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. But other people are sort of seeing this in you as well. So when we get this card, the only way to solve this problem of indecision is to step back and think about it some more, or just purely make the decision and move on. Because once you make that decision, you know, things become a lot clearer. As we've got that Ace of Swords there saying, you have this breakthrough, you have this clarity, just make the decision and everything will sort of roll out the way it's meant to. Universally, obviously. Let's see what you're feeling positive about. The Queen of Swords. So you're feeling very positive about clarity, about getting rid of things that no longer serve you well. But she uses that upright sword to literally cut cut a swathe through all things that are no longer necessary in her life. People, situations, jobs, maybe all sorts of things where she can be quite brutal, but it's absolutely necessary to cut through the crap, get rid of what you don't need, and start afresh. Okie dokie. Final outcome. And we have the Four of Wands, so beautiful. Home sweet home, really, this card. It's just about, it's a consolidation card too. So you've got the Three of Wands and then you've got the Four of Wands. So you're going to end up with a good resolution out of this whole 4 weeks, my dear Pisces. So, yeah, and the Four of Wands is about home. It's about going home. It's all those things that home engenders to you, wherever you are. But this is more sort of, yeah, that's where I go to sort of revive myself and get some new energy. That's where I find my true home, really, I suppose. And it's also a gateway card, the Four of Wands. So it sort of lets you know that you're ready to move forward with the rest of the project or whatever it is. So it looks like you're going to navigate this tower situation here quite well this 4 weeks. So that's replacing something that no longer is sort of what's stable for you or no longer serves you for something new. But that can engender in you that sort of fear of, oh my God, you know, I can't make the decision. I don't know what to do. What will happen if I do that? So it looks like it's going to end up very well with those Four of Wands sitting there. I'm just going to put a clarifier on the Two of Swords to see why you're sort of having a difficulty with making this decision. And we have the King. So that male icon again. So it's got a lot to do with this King of Pentacles here, doesn't it? So we're just sort of getting a lot of male energy, and it's number 3. So we're in the 3rd house. It's all about men, authority, male sexual energy, and all things pertaining to the law and justice. Let's have a quick look. When the King appears to represent the powers of justice, authority, the law, the male sexual energy. When the King appears on your path, it's time to put your house in order, complete any unresolved legal issues, and deal with issues related to fairness. The King always lets you know that something significant is yours to experience and learn from. There is another meaning when the King appears on your path. If you're inquiring about a man or or your relationship to him, the King stands to represent him, which will bode well or not so well depending on which cards flank him. Pay attention, for this King reminds you to take affirmative action in your life. So obviously I'm just giving you the interpretation of this. So this is obviously something to do with this either authority or this male here. And therein lies the story of what you've got to do. And you will know it yourself, Pisces, who or what that is. But it's going to be really beneficial by the end of it. So I hope you have a really good 4 weeks, and thank you so much for listening.